6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politic and Hot alongside my guys, Mr. Moyo Fit Chris Wilson, Mr. Rich Michaels, and a special guest joining us here on behalf of Joe. He is not Joe, but his name is Ho. Reporting live here.
What's up, everybody?
Here on the Steel Steps, courtesy of All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
Not as good as Ho over there.
Yeah, Ho's doing real well.
I just wanted to stop by and say hi real fast. You know, I'm down here at the 2300 Arena for BKFC, but I'll be back next week. Just going to say what's up with everybody, and I'm going to hop off.
Love, what the crowd looking like in there? Is it a packed crowd? Oh, man. Oh, it's very packed.
Standing room only.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's damn near sellout down there tonight.
And, yo, look at this. They gave you out these headphones, right? And you can listen to the commentators during the fight.
That's awesome, bro.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Yeah, so wrestlers need to start doing this shit because this is cool.
Yeah, they should start doing that in WWE.
Yeah,
right? Let that be a lesson learned, wrestling companies.
Yeah, but I'm going to jump off. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
All right, Ho.
Let Ho.
Let Ho.
That was Joey Woods joining us down from the 2300 Arena, covering the bare knuckle fight going on right now on pay-per-view. Is it pay-per-view? Should have asked him that.
They have their own app too, but yeah, it's either that or like I think they have it on Thriller too.
Oh, nice. Okay, no, that's cool. So, well, you know, we all here for that turnbuckle talk. Definitely been a big week of pro wrestling once again. Tonight we'll be talking about the results from Friday Night SmackDown, which is currently on in the US. But if you're, certified marks like us, you pretty much watched a feed from somewhere and from some country earlier today. So, to those that are watching and may not want to be spoiled by some of the results. Just mute your headset or your computer, laptop, iPad, iPhone, whatever you're using to watch us. So that we don't ruin it for you. But we'll talk about that as well as AEW Dynamite that took place in Omaha, which had a crazy ass street fight between Jon Moxley and Cope, Mr. Cope, I like to call him, with a brutal attack to Moxley with a spike bat, which caused a lot of stare crazy in the world of the internet wrestling community, as well as social media. So, we'll definitely talk about that. But we're going to begin tonight talking about WWE Raw that took place Monday over in Brussels. And we finally had the appearance of one hated John Cena, who, came, of course, to a lot of boos. There were a little little smear, chairs that was going on, but he definitely did catch a lot of heat over Brussels with, I'll be honest, I've thoroughly enjoyed this segment with him. He pretty much came out talking about how for 25 years he's been a victim of an abusive relationship, meaning being a victim of a relationship with the WWE Universe. He also, talked about, how the fans, all they ever done was bully him. And the WWE Universe has been awful to him his entire career. He talks about how he won a lot, but was still being hated, how he's giving back, still being hated. There was never enough, and the WWE Universe should be ashamed of themselves. Cena then, went on to talk about, what everybody was wondering, because there was a conversation that we had last week regarding new music coming from John Cena. And he basically said, we earned nothing. We don't get nothing. What we see is, it's going to be the last time, you know what I mean? And his time is now. And pretty much in a nutshell, he broke up with us. Like he said he's no longer dealing with us. Fast forward in the segment, we did have Cody Rhodes come out. He pretty much, had the conversation with Cena, and basically said the Cena that came out during Raw, that Cena better not show up at Mania because he's going to beat the dog shit out of him. That's how I took it. I don't know if anyone else took it that way. Rich, I'm gonna throw it to you. Your thoughts on the John Cena segment, which also included Cody Rhodes coming out, and the entire segment overall. Your thoughts?
I absolutely loved it. Watching it, seeing him give fiery promos, he always does, but he always did it as a face. To come as a heel with the fiery promo, and some of the crowd was kind of cheering, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks," like they usually do. By the time he was done, this in the crowd, everybody was saying "F you, Cena." Nobody was cheering at all. It's great to see this side of him. People wanted to see him as a heel for a long period of time. It's the perfect time now, being you got such an over baby face like Cody. And then Cody came out, just true baby face fashion. He protects the crowd, he defends them. And then he throws something back on John, saying, "Listen, this guy better not show up at WrestleMania." And you know what? It was good that they didn't fight here, that they didn't try to mix it up or anything. Just the stare down and the words back and forth with each other was enough. That's what people wanted to see, how John Cena was going to react, like what he was going to say, and how Cody Rhodes was going to react. I thought they did such a good job.
Chris, your thoughts on the segment?
That was, I'm going to echo what Rich said. That was the right way for it to go as far as with Cody, because he had every right to attack John Cena because he basically got jumped the last time they were in the ring together. Travis Scott punched him in the face and all this stuff. So he owed John Cena a receipt, even though John Cena didn't hurt him. He owed him a receipt, but it gave a true babyface form. He's like didn't attack him from behind, didn't blindside him. He confronted him man to man. Just said basically, like you're whining and crying like a little bitch. He's like this. He's like, but if you show up like this on WrestleMania, I'm a dog walk you pretty much. And what's his name? John Cena's. You could tell John Cena is an actor now, like a full-fledged actor, because that was a performance. That was an acting performance. That wasn't even a WWE performance. That was an actor up there, performing for a crowd, and he did. And honestly, he did great. Yeah, obviously he's supposed to blame the fans, but everything he said was true. It was 25 years of basically him trying to prove himself and get everybody's love and appreciation, but he never truly got it. So he's like, you know what? Now, all right, it is F y'all. So he said y'all time is up, my time is now. He's like, I give it. He's not. He don't care anymore. And I love the point when he said. He said, "I don't care about the people who bought my merch, all that stuff." He said, "Even this little kid right here, and the hard camera, the little kid, he's just there."
Oh yeah,
that was amazing. That was great camera work. The kid just like, "Oh my god, what was happening?" And big shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles fan in the front row, be everywhere in Brussels, like man. So this segment was perfect. It gave just enough. Didn't give too much, wasn't underwhelming. It did what it was supposed to do. And it's going to keep building because The Rock is going to come back eventually. And so it's going to keep building. So they're doing it right. Just giving us little bread crumbs until the big dance.
Yeah, I agree. At one point, I was a little bit apprehensive of him to say anything right now. With Mania still about 3 to 4 weeks away. And my initial thought was Cena worked to come out, stand in the middle of the ring, which he actually did for a few minutes before he actually, spoken a word. I was under the perception that he would go to the ring, just stand there, take all the heat that was coming from the WWE Universe, and then just drops the mic and walk back into the back and just don't say anything. and just like keep everybody on this cliffhanger. Like, all right, like when is he going to say something? Like when is he going to speak up for his actions from Elimination Chamber? We saw how he dropped the mic at the Elimination Chamber post show conference. I thought we were going to have something like that again. I'm actually glad we didn't have it because he absolutely killed that promo. He killed that entire segment. Like, you know, if we had to go, Wilt, he put up 55, 20 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 steals with this promo. And I just love how, if we keep it a bean, like you said, Chris, he wasn't lying.
No,
he was telling the truth.
But tell the truth.
Everything he said, I 1000% believe he meant it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. like everything, like even down to the giving back. It probably triggers him knowing that you got the most Make-A-Wish, you know, granted in history, and people still saying "fuck you, Cena." Yeah. Like I know that has to, you know, trigger personally. Yeah. And now that we have evil Cena, like he can voice him, he can be him, and not hold back, because the more you express, the more people going to eat it up and say, what is he going to say next?
Right. And I was one of those people. Like, listen, because anybody who gets in that ring, I appreciate them for what they do. Because, like I said, they're living a dream that a part of us as fans wish we could have done. You know what I mean? Like, this in some capacity, whether it's a wrestler, manager, commentator, there's just something to be involved in the business. So we all wish we had something to do with that. So we definitely envy these guys and girls in a way. But what's name? But like, I was never a John Cena fan. Like, I wasn't.
Me either.
I was like, saying, to be very honest. And so it's like, I can see how, like, you're the number one guy. He was the number one guy for a decade. And even though he sold all the merchandise, had all the kids, the ladies that loved him too, girls that like John Cena, is like, even we have all that giant fan base. Like The Rock said it when they first had their first beef. He was like, how does it feel to know like this? Only people that like you are kids and women and horny women. He's like, because grown men don't like you. he's like this. He's like anybody who hit puberty. He said anybody who hit puberty immediately hates you. But it was like truth, because it's like a lot of grown-ups did not like John Cena. Like Roman, it was like, we hate him, but he gave so much of his life to this business. Like I say, you saw the times he got injured and recovered in like record-breaking time. Like, he could have stood away. No, he came right back. He truly loved this business, gave his body over and over for it, and people still didn't care. It's just like this. Like, look, the infamous Royal Rumble when he got hurt and he returned back at number 30.
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up too.
Yeah, the crowd went nuts when he first came out.
Yeah, that was at the Garden. I was actually there. The crowd, it was crazy there. The crowd
went crazy when he first came out. Then within 2 minutes, it was like, oh yeah, wait a minute, we don't like this guy. It just started booing and shit. I was like, damn, this is like it's crazy how he is.
Yeah, and I remember watching that Rumble event, and matter of fact, I was, you know, with my boys, Jessica, and when Cena music hit, like, we all looked at each other like, oh shit, like he really here, because no one expected him, and like his last presence was when he got hurt, and like it was total shock, you know, surprise to actually see him there. But when we look at, you know, his legacy, like, he pretty much has, I hate to, you know, to mention him, like, he is what you know, Red and Yellow was for us when we were coming up as kids.
Yeah.
So in a way, is it a violation on us for not truly respecting that? Because if we all can agree, we were all in our early 20s when the Cena run was like really, you know, catapulting, and like we knew the type of direction WWE were going with him, you know, kind of having like that Hogan factor. So it was like knowing how we knew how that would run. To me, I felt like that's where I really didn't really give two shits about him. Like, man, fuck this dude. You know what I mean? I'm going with the Hills. Like, no matter who the Hills were, I'll be honest. It was a bittersweet moment when they had the triple threat match on Raw, and this was during RVD's little run where he won the title, and he ended up having to relinquish the title. Was he subsequently lost it to Edge and John Cena at that Raw event because him and Sabu got busted. You know, where they got pulled over in PA on the way to that show, and what's the name? RVD had to give up the title during that time, but I thought they was going to give it to Cena again. I'm glad they did it, but well, he was that era though.
No, without a doubt. To touch more on your point, Ak, my kids they're a little bit older now, so they don't watch wrestling as much. They'll still come in, watch it because I'm watching it or whatever. But when they were younger, my son and daughter were huge John Cena fans. Huge. Yeah. I mean, my daughter would go there with poster boards, and my son had all the John Cena merch. And to go back to what you say, that's what he meant for that generation, kind of like what red and yellow meant. And it's one of those things where a lot of people did hate him, though. People, just because, I don't know if it's because people felt like he was pushed to the top, or he was pushed down our throats, but there was never other than kids and women, there was never a lot of love for Cena. Ever.
Yeah, no, that's the truth.
And that's why I believe part of it is why Batista got so popular and over, because Batista was the other number one baby face at the time. And it was like, I think because he got so over is because even though his run was thorough, as big physical specimen guy, everybody likes to see that, but it's like people just hated Cena that much. It was like, all right, we got to choose between Cena and Batista. I'm rocking with Batista. It was like, bro, and Batista though wasn't horrible in the ring for a big guy, but he wasn't bad. He did what he can do for a big muscle guy, but he wasn't putting on no 5-star matches. Yeah, but I say he did what he could do. I mean, like I said, his matches were entertaining for what they were. Like I said, he was never like a horrible wrestler. He did good for what he can do. But it was like, that was your two guys. Like back then, your two guys were, Red and Yellow or the Warrior. Then it became Rock. Then it came Shawn and Brett.
Yeah.
Then it became Rock and Stone Cold. So you always had those two number one babyface guys, to where you had to pick who was your guy. And a lot of times it was hard because you honestly equally loved both guys. With Cena Batista, it wasn't that hard. It was like, man, fuck this. Like this, like I'm not doing this guy will come out all the different color shirts and the hats and come out here and never give up, rise above hate. It just seemed cheesy. It's like, this ain't real. You're not like this. This is like, it's like, then wrestling marks. We hear about all the stuff behind the scenes, how he buried this guy, buried that guy. And he's just like, you definitely is the red and yellow guy.
The entire time.
Yeah.
like all this time. Hey, quick question. Shout out to Jeff, part of All Up to Talk Sports Network. He said that Cena promo was fire. Oh, absolutely. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 that promo was. So before we jump off this topic, the kid that was in the crowd, was he a plant? What y'all think?
He definitely could have been.
I could see him being one. Yeah,
like,
the way
he's like the referee's son.
Yeah,
one of the crew members' kids or something like that. Like, because even the face he was making at the time, it was kind of like that.
Like, wait. No, because it was just like, how convenient, like he's right there at that very spot. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, kids, he could have been there, with a parent or whatnot, but it was just like right at that particular spot, like he's right there, with the sad face, like, not my Cena.
No.
No, John, no.
No.
But yeah,
it was funny as hell though. But it was done great. It was done perfectly. It was done
right. No, absolutely. So definitely more to come with Cody Rhodes and John Cena. I think they're going to be in, what is it, London? No, I think SmackDown's in London next Friday. Don't quote me on that. But they're going to be, continuing this overseas tour, and Raw, both Raw and SmackDown will continue to be on in the afternoons, which I 1000% love.
Those crowds are next level.
Yes,
like
I'm jealous.
America, we love you. We live here.
Yeah,
we got to do better.
Yeah,
they are truly.
We don't have cool chants anymore. Like,
no cool chants, and it's just like they're just true wrestling fans. Like these people just like, because they truly appreciate what's going on. We're seeing. We feel like it's like we go to these shows, but then we feel like we too cool to mark out. It's like it's weird. It's like no, this is why we came here.
Yeah, as soon as you say something, somebody behind you down in front.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Yo, calm it down.
Right. Sit your ass in the back.
You know it's not real, right? For real. Really?
Escort this man out of here. But no, I know what you mean. Like watching the episode this week and just hearing like how enthusiastic the crowd are, and with the different chants. Like I thought about that earlier today. You know what I mean? Like the Brussels crowd and the Italy crowd, like everybody, like each crowd like had like various chants going on throughout the match. Like I don't think that has happened since the ECW era. No. like you know what I mean? Like with the various chants that used to go on in the crowd. Like we don't have that no more. Like at all. But more to come on that.
Real quick, I think it's a certain type of crowd. That's why too. I think with the ECW crowd, all those people just understood each other. Yeah, it wasn't a big arena. You saw a lot of the same people, all had the same kind of mentalities and just how the way you looked at wrestling and everything. You just got it, and so therefore it's like everything you felt normal there.
It was the time. Like I definitely can vouch for it, because it's like that late 90s grunge going into a little bit more hip hop era, and like everyone vibe with the same thing, like within the culture. So it made it easier to catch on at the arena, as well as, I mean, personally, I've seen the same people, and like we literally sat in the same spots at the arena month to month. So it's like, it's almost like you knew who was at the arena without having to be like, oh, Steph, is such and such here, because you knew they were going to be there. By bell time started, you knew they were there. But everybody was all in unison when it came to like with the chants and stuff. Like you said, like people get it. Like
we just got it.
It's like you're a part of something. You're all part of it together.
Yes.
As opposed to
Absolutely.
everybody's in unison. Everybody knows the same thing, watching the same thing, loves the same thing. It's a completely different atmosphere.
Not for nothing, and not to go way left on this conversation, but I've actually been trying to see if I can like somehow, reconnect with those like I used to see at the ECW arena, because like we had a group called Congress, and they kind of anointed me to be part of the group. but because I was so young and I was so small too, like everybody had like some sort of character name. Like we had the guy that was always like, imitating Savio Vega, or like the one guy that used to always wear the Sabu get up under the banner.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? It was a host of people. Somebody used to dress like Bubba Ray Dudley. Like me, because I was so young and small, my nickname was Webster, and I'm admitting this. It was. I was Webster.
It was crazy. I get it, because you still look young as hell now.
Yeah,
I
man.
can imagine how young your face looked 20 years ago. I know how I look. I knew you did. But I was just saying, like, it's so funny.
Yeah, but it got so cool because eventually, from going to those events, and when it came to going to like WWE events, and then we were bumping to each other at those events, and you just hear somebody from afar, Webster. I'm like, wait, but I'm not really paying attention. Then I'm like, oh shit, they go Sabu, they go Savia, like all of them. But no, shout out to those guys. I hope they all doing well. But it's not to again go way left on that. It's fast forward, through Raw, which was a pretty dope show. The main event was Finn Balor going up against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. Which at the conclusion of the match, we had our typical interference from members of the Judgment Day. We had Carlito, trying to interfere, distracting the ref. Then we had Dominic coming up, trying to make the save for Finn, which ended up going sour, where he knocked Braun off the ropes, which then eventually led to Finn, falling on the ropes, which then Braun took over, gave the with the Breakensteiner they're now calling it.
Yeah.
So did the Breakensteiner followed by the spear, picking up the 1, 2, 3. And retaining the Intercontinental Championship. So, gentlemen, it looks like we are headed to WrestleMania with a possible Finn Balor Dominic matchup. Mm-hmm. Do you hate it?
I don't.
I don't hate anything Dominic Mysterio's in. Dom's my guy.
I know.
I don't hate anything he's in at all. Like I don't care who he wrestles. You could bring back Gilbert, and I'd be all for it. Like, let's go. Let's go. Dominic Gilbert, light heavyweight championship. Bring it back. What's his name? But it's interesting that they're going this route with it. I'll say that. Like, I knew it was coming. I'm like, it's gonna be I'm guessing this match is gonna be, if it is at Mania, it's gonna be pretty fast. It's not gonna be a long match because I'm surprised this is gonna be like a WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
But this is not a match I'm against because we saw it trickling down, and I heard rumblings from the end of last year going into this year that WWE was about to put more stock into Finn Balor and give him some type of push. So this might be the final part of it to get him away from the Judgment Day and start having him do his own thing.
Yeah,
I think they missed the cool entrance he has and like this, and he can't do the demon character as long as he's a heel.
Right.
So
Rich, your thoughts on the Dominic Finn rivalry escalating?
It's they played it well, like Chris said. There was kind of pieces of it starting at the end of last year, and they've been kind of slow with letting this marinate, but you could tell it's going to come to a head. And it's again, you look at Rhea Ripley, she's not in the Judgment Day anymore. Damian Priest not in there. And, me personally, I think, Dominic Mysterio will be fine on his own. Finn Balor. I think, Judgment Day's run its course. At least that's how I feel. I might be alone in that, but I love this two, the feud between these two. It's just the way that they look at each other. And it's just, to me, I love it. I love this feud. It's a good match for Dominic Mysterio. It's good for Finn Balor to get into this single match. I really like it a lot.
Yeah, Finn giving him like, you idiot.
Yeah, Dominic Mysterio's face is a priceless. He looks like somebody that's like 10 years old that just like screwed up bad, and his dad's gonna beat the shit out of him. And you got Finn Balor looking at him like that. Like, what is he doing?
That's what I told you. That's what I love, Dom. He plays his role so perfectly.
Yeah,
like he's not like, unless he starts a different workout program, he doesn't have the body. He's like this. He looks slimy as hell with the hair and mustache. He's like, he has that arrogant like walk of he's the best thing in the world, knowing he's nowhere near. It is like, but he had Rhea, then he's like, then he went to Live, so he didn't really downgrade. as far as character wise. So he's already 2-time North American champion. You know what I'm saying? Like he's doing well. He's doing well, and that's why everybody hates about it.
Absolutely. Look, like, granted, like, even though like he does the stupid shit, one thing I applaud Dom for, for his confidence. Like, even though like he may, fuck up just like he did with Finn on Monday, like he still has this like arrogance, like you said, like with him, where it's like, I'm still that guy. Like, no, like at the end of the day, like I'm him. Not to take that from Mello, like, like that's where he seems to be. But but yeah, no, I definitely don't hate this if it's a Mania match. I think it would be entertaining between the two. We both know that they can definitely go in a ring, as wrestlers. I think a match between these two would actually help Dominic as far as growing in his role in the WWE. He's definitely come a long way over the last few years.
Absolutely.
I was just about to say that you could see the difference, man. Just a year or two ago till now.
Absolutely. And he's still, people forget, he's still sneaky freaking young, man.
Yeah.
Dom's like what, 24, 25?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
he's like super young. Like, so he's still got so much time to develop and come to his prime years of being like a top star. And he will, because I'm sure he'll in time change his character up here and there, because that's what the greats do. If it, to create longevity in their career when they feel like people are getting stale with their act. So I'm sure he'll switch it up somehow, some way. So shout out to Chris Jericho.
And one thing we can agree on, and because we've watched wrestling for so long, when you see the superstar starting to bulk up, like, oh yeah, that singles run is coming.
Yep.
I would not be shocked if we do start to see that in Dominic pretty soon, because with Finn, eventually getting ready to exit Judgment Day, I think they're going to put him in the front more, with more speaking and just taking it up even more than where they are with them now.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. So if Dom takes some time off mysteriously, then he comes back 3 months later or so, all jacked. He's just like, oh, here comes that push.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So, but definitely looking forward to Raw just to see where they go with the the two of them, and where we see they go, and they also been teasing at that possibly having a new member. Last week, where I was talking with Joey and our special guest Roy Burton, I was saying that I wouldn't be surprised if somehow Naomi were to get involved with the Judgment Day, based on Jade's interview last week, where she said only thing she saw was Naomi running away. So there's the possibility that this window of a story could open even further, because she only saw Naomi. But like I said with them, Jade ain't no small person. So Naomi had to have some help.
Exactly.
Right. So it still kind of leaves the door open of possibly Bianca, one who's for some reason been wearing a lot of black lately, on WWE TV, and we seen how that went in the past time, WCW, when Red and Yellow got hurt, and then he came back and was just like parlaying in the crowd, wearing all black. Like, there's a little bit of a pattern with this, so we'll definitely see what happens there. But let's switch it up a little bit. Go into Wednesday night. AEW Dynamite took place in Omaha, Nebraska. Damn good show by AEW Wednesday. I'm talking about from start to finish with the international title eliminator tournament match, which we had Mike Bailey and Ricochet somehow, finessing his way of getting the victory in this match. Shout out to Mark Davis. Yo, Mark Davis. I don't know if y'all watch this match, but Mark Davis was an underrated MVP of that match too.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's a big dude, but he was moving. With Bailey, Ricochet, and Orange Cassidy in this match.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy don't move too fast.
I was about to say Orange Cassidy don't move that fast.
But, he has his little moments where he moves, but damn good match. Eliminated. International title eliminator match. We also saw Mercedes Moné defend the title against Billy Starks. This match to me was probably like a 9.7 out of 10, and I give it that only for the simple case of I was under the impression that this match was going to go to a time limit draw. The way that those two ladies were cooking, they was cooking, and they were not cooking any Chef Boyardee and during that match. Like, these girls were working. Billy Starks, it's amazing, how young she is, and they said that was her 500 was that match 500, if I'm mistaken, or am I saying the wrong number? It was like or 50 something.
No, it was close to. No, I think it was 500. I mean, think of all the matches she's been in since she's.
Yeah, I was about to say, damn sure it wasn't no 50, but yeah, that was match number 500 for her. I tell you one thing, I think we all knew she was going to be a star. Even with her indie runs and for the work that she's been putting in with the Ring of Honor, Billy Starks is going to be an AEW star in the future.
Oh yeah,
like it's written, like for her, and like the way that Omaha crowd, got on her back, like rooting for her, like you definitely see the stardom that's going to break out for her in AEW. But I think we all know why we're here, and what we really want to discuss, what took place on AEW Dynamite. So I'm gonna just throw this disclaimer out there to those that are watching. Warning: the following still pictures may be very graphic to your eyes, so viewer discretion is advised. So just wanted to put that out there as we talk about the AEW World Title street fight between Jon Moxley and Mr. Cope, Adam Copeland, Mr. Cope, we like to call him. But there was this one particular spot in this match that has had the internet wrestling community abuzz since Wednesday. Until this day, people are still bitching about this spot. Yes, they are talking about the spot with the spike back, which Mr. Cope, initially hit Moxley in the abdomen region with it. And then he decided to, one time hit him in the back with it. And then he laid it across the mat and did a nice old suplex to Moxley on his back onto the spike bat. And, one who, thought like, oh man, it's going to fall off. No, sir. That spike bat stick to my man back. Crazy. Oh my stars. One thing I didn't expect it. Then we had Willa Yuta, coming out, who interfered in the match, but he was also attempting to assist Moxley, taking it off his back. Oh, look at that. So
there was one part where the camera had to turn away because you saw it ripping his crazy.
Yeah, hold up. Look at my man with the AEW t-shirt on.
That agony. That's
right.
My
God.
Look up the word agony, and that's that man's face right there.
Yeah.
Yo, he probably talking about it right now. Like, oh, that looks disgusting.
And they had to pull away from that because they would probably have lost mad sponsors.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's like they're like we can't endorse this. It's like that was brutal. That was disgusting. That was crazy. That was awesome. That was everything. I'm like, dude, is it worth it? It's like you got impaled. It's in your skin, in your flesh. They're trying to pull out your back, but it's so impaled inside your skin. They wouldn't come out. I'm just like, bro, you the world champion. Like this, you ain't got to do this ish no more. I know this is what you do,
Man,
but God,
man, listen, I ain't worried about no sponsorships, none of that. I'm watching as a fan. My question to Moxley is like, how deep did that go? Like that's what I want to know. Like how deep did those needles go inside your back? I'm sorry, I'm a crazy bastard. Like
you are.
I need to know these things. Like
look at my man. Look at my man.
Yeah.
Look at my man. Go back to the other one. Go back to the other one. Right there. Right there. Look at
yo, he was going through the He's going through the motions.
If you go back and forth, you just the back and forth emotions with him is just like
yo, he was going through it, man. Like I would love to talk to him, but like, sir, what was going through your mind when you were watching this ringside?
And he'll be like, it's so real.
It's real, damn it.
Don't you ever say it's fake. That wasn't fake.
Oh man.
Like, dude. And the personal trainer in me is looking at Moxley's back like, oh man, that dude's in shape.
Well, yeah, man, he's losing a lot of blood. You know,
yeah, losing a lot of blood, but he be hitting back day. Back day is good.
You know, it's funny you say that because I noticed that too. When he's flexing, when he has it in his back, I'm like, yo, dude, like I never really looked at Moxley having like fucking strong back muscles like that, dude.
Yep, and that's the flex. When you're not flexing, but it look like you're flexing. That's the flex.
Look at that.
Right there. Look at that. Look at that shot, Mox. Look at that. Mox cut up.
Y'all shout out over here talking about his definition and shit. Meanwhile, this dude got a whole spike bat in his back.
If you look past the spikes of blood.
How the hell am I going to look past?
If you look past the spikes of blood.
If you take a time out to look at the definition around the shoulder.
I'm glad Chris said it because I was thinking to myself, am I the only one noticing that?
Oh my god. You know what?
My boy's in shape. My boy's in shape.
My MF is worried about sponsorships. They're gonna lose sponsorships and stuff. Worried about definition in the back and stuff. Yo, my man got a whole spike back. A spike bat in his back.
Yo,
I'm not worried about that.
Yo, shout out to listen. Man's has nice. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, pause. Yeah, you jumping into charted territory. Yeah, my brother.
I will stop.
I'm about to have a reaction like my man in ringside. He does.
It's like what? Just give another man a compliment. God, I guess.
Wrong with that.
What's his name? Shout out to Adam Hogan for actually taking the loss.
For once.
Yeah.
But wait, you know what? And my apologies. I didn't clip this, but as we know, members of the what the hell is the name of their team? The Death Riders, came out. And we also had let me get this off the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. People probably like, yo, get this off the screen. We ain't tired of looking at that. But no, we had FTR come out, tried to to assist Mr. Cope, and unfortunately, Moxley ended up winning, and one was it Dax Harwood,
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want to help Mr. Cope up from the ring. So then, what's the name? Cash he went out and was like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" And Dex slapped him. Like, I was like, "Shit."
Yeah.
Like, what we got cooking here? Like, I'm
Yeah.
very interested to see this. Like, I won't be surprised if the two of them fight at Dynasty. Actually, that'd be one hell of a match if they do. Like,
Yeah.
I think both are good individually too, individual wrestlers, like you said. So I think them going one-on-one to showcase what they can do, in singles. I think they could both go.
I'm gonna say something right now. I know a lot of people may not like this, but right now, this Dynasty card could possibly run with Mania.
Right now, how it's looking, I'll give you that. Still got
Right
a lot of
now.
card to go with
Right.
Mania.
Right.
But as far as quality, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as quality, definitely. Like Dynasty, they stacking it up, but they're doing it right. Like,
yeah. I don't know.
Moxley alone is gonna be something.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be wild. That's gonna be wild itself. And in Philly, so they already trying to cook up a banger like, oh, Philly, or we're gonna have to go hardcore for
tickets
for the sake of the home of ECW.
Yeah.
But right now I would say that. I mean, we know this Mania card is gonna grow even more over the next couple of weeks. So we should see some good matches popping up on there, which there was one that was announced tonight on SmackDown that we'll talk about in a couple of minutes. But yeah, man, like this whole spot that took place on AEW like literally had the internet buzzing, and I don't know, like I know how you had mentioned about like them specifically could potentially like lose sponsorships and stuff, but as a fan, like, why do you even give a fuck about that? That's what I'm just saying. Like not you, in particular, Chris. I'm just talking about the wrestling community, period. Like, and this actually led me to start writing. I don't want to call it like a memoir or anything like that, but I just started writing the other day and just talking about like the evolution of pro wrestling and how things change and how now we're in this era of wrestling where you have this accessible opportunity to just easily be able to speak with talent. Like the dirt sheets are more manageable to be received easier than before. Like it wasn't always about the dirt sheets. Like it was more so about the story. Now I know dirt sheets existed, but there was a line with the dirt sheets that wasn't that was held like in the past, like for instance, like with the old school pro wrestling torch weekly newsletters that used to come out, and like they used to talk about certain things, what I mean, like within them, but like it was always like rumor has it Shane Douglas gonna go to WWF, something like that. Like things to that, to that point, it was cool, but now it's like we got the dirt sheets where it's like it's more in depth, more personal with the superstars, and to me, I feel like that kind of ruins the fandom of pro wrestling to a certain extent. And but I don't know. I really don't like that personally, like to me. But let's jump into SmackDown real quick. Chris, I know you about to cut out pretty soon, but I wanted to get your take on a couple of items that had taken place on SmackDown tonight. To those here in the States, I know it's currently on. We're about the 10 o'clock hour, so for the most part, everything that we're likely going to discuss had already happened. But just go to highlight some of the major moments that took place this evening with Randy Orton and KO having a little bit of a somewhat of a face off, which we did get the announcement of of KO and quick hands. KO and Randy Orton to square off at WrestleMania. So
yeah.
So that's
gonna be a match.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a match, and I hope as good as Randy Orton is, I hope he lets Kevin Owens like do the lead in this. Because KO just don't miss, man.
Yeah, I think he's already starting, and with the promo he had tonight, where it's almost like he's trying to like play mind games with Randy. Like, listen, like, yeah, I was trying to save you, this or that. Like, you made me mad for taking Cody Rhodes' side, but it's like he was like still trying to like patch things up with Randy. But that definitely going to be a pretty interesting match coming up at Mania. These girls, they had their little spat between each other, which, if in the world of battle rap, I got to give this a 3-0 to Charlotte during this segment. Like Charlotte was cooking, and what I will say, like Tiffy time, I love Tiffy, but you can I'm gonna just say this, there's levels to this, and in this particular spot it showed it for sure.
Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Yeah, but
she's not there yet with the promo stuff like this. Like, I honestly still think she makes a better heel than she does a babyface. That prissy, better than dial, like it just got over because she's way better than they thought she was going to be when she first started in NXT. Then like this, and like, I know people don't want to hear this shit, but it's just being very honest. They like her because she's very pretty, and so it's like they see the pretty girl with the boobs and shit, so they're just like, yay, we're gonna cheer her. What's his name? Which is crazy because they hate the shit out of Charlotte. It's like, yeah, we know she's blonde, she got boobs, but no. It's just like no matter what she does, Charlotte's another one. No matter what she does, it's gonna be boo her.
Yeah,
she can put on the best match of the night, which a lot of times she does.
Yeah,
and she still gets booed. Once again, I am one of them. I hate Charlotte Flair, but that's how good she is. She is an amazing heel, and they should have booked her that way from day one. I don't think she should have won the Rumble. I really don't think she should have won the Rumble. But like, there's other ways they could have made this and that Tiffany match happen without her winning the Rumble. But this is, like I said, the levels of this is like clear as day. Charlotte is just up there, and Tiffany, she's young. Like they had no choice to put the title on her and everything because she was just super over. Right. But and she can go in the ring, but like you just see when it comes to promos and like gotta create intrigue and buzz, she's just not there yet. And Charlotte's been doing this for a long time now, and she just knows how to ramp it up to where that line between shoot and kayfabe, like she does that very well.
Let me ask you both a question. You're writing Mania right now. Who wins this match?
I hate to freaking say it. I'll give it to Charlotte. I will give it to Charlotte. And it was crazy. Why would do it? Because this would be her what time as champion?
20th.
20th, is it? No, ain't no way. Is it?
No, I think it's like a 14th, maybe.
No, it'd be like 14th.
Yeah.
So you get her 14, get Cena his 17th. He breaks her dad's record, but she also kind of gives him an acknowledgement, and it's like kind of full circle. Charlotte is the great antagonist. Mm-hmm. You love to boo her, but she walks around with that. She calls herself the queen, and she is, because she just got this entitlement thing of like, even if you hate me, when I get in that ring, you can't touch me.
Right. Who said 14? You said 14. That, Rich?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah. So, and so like, yeah, Tiffy, like I said, I think they had to put the belt on Tiffy at the time, no pun intended, because she was just super over. But it's like, I wouldn't be losing sleep if she lost the title. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, they should have kept her on her longer. Like, no, I don't really think she needs it just yet.
You know, I agree with you, Chris. I think Charlotte wins it because, like you said, she'll get number 15. And you could continue a storyline kind of here. If Tiffany wins after all the stuff Charlotte's been saying, it's kind of like done. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, she could play it up. She could, you know, she could definitely work. She's great at it, like she said. So I would agree with that.
Yeah. What does that leave Charlotte? Like she loses it, but she comes back from the knee injury. She wins Rumble to lose at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay. Then what we do with Charlotte?
Right.
Yeah. I think Charlotte will win too. Honestly, that probably would be the best move to do because then you could then let Tiffy take her break, and maybe she does return as that heel persona, you know, like that. I think that would probably be the best move for them to do, moving forward. So, shout out to Liv Elisa, somebody had in the crowd.
Yeah, right.
Somebody caught that on Twitter prior to the show.
That's great.
And then it ended up actually making SmackDown. They actually did give it to Liv at some point. But you know, fast forward into this match between Liv and Jade, which Liv did pick up the win. Naomi made a surprise and began attacking Jade. I honestly thought they was going to slow build this one, possibly, you know what I mean, bringing it back to the States to, you know what I mean, then let Naomi, you know, get her lick back. But hey, you know, WWE move forward on it. So it looks like, you know, this is definitely going to lead to a match between the two going into WrestleMania. So not for nothing. Definitely love this look by Naomi. Love it. But
love the what?
I said I love the look on Naomi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, little for the people who know, a little homage to Owen Hart.
Yes. I'm a black heart. Woo! Say yeah. But let's jump into this face off that took place at the end of the show with Roman coming to the ring with Paul Heyman. Loud ovation, of course. You know, he was running his mouth, you know, saying for somebody to come out, which we ended up having Seth Rollins come out. And, you know, pretty much the two went back and forth as far as the beef they have amongst each other. And while they were talking, you know, the music hit of one CM Punk coming out to the ring, you know, to join the two. And basically within the segment, Punk, you know what I mean, made it known how neither one has ever beat him. He still has that favor out there, which, you know, technically he was supposed to discuss tonight, but that didn't happen because between, you know what I mean, amongst three, that's when, you know, shit started to hit the fan and they just started fighting each other. It's just like, you know what, we just gonna scrap, you know, they scrapping in the ring, scrapping outside of the ring, still steps were picked up, ding. Which then led to, you know, the respective members of having a moment where they decided to point at the WrestleMania sign, where it looks like they're now hinting at a three-way match at WrestleMania in Vegas. So, gentlemen, is this match, is it appealing to y'all? I know last week, you know, when we had both Roy and Joey on, and you know, they expressed how this match, you know, has a little bit more thrill to it than they initially thought it would. How are y'all feeling about this match?
I'm 50-50 on it. I'm like, you hear the three names, so of course you're like, yeah, triple threat. I'm like, I don't want a triple threat match. Like, I'm tired of triple threat matches when you just, like, to me, is almost kind of lazy. Like, just like this, like, we got all these stars, we don't know what to do with them. Let's just all have them fight in one match at the same time. So it was like, but you don't need that. Like, if you're gonna make the match, like, it should have just been Punk versus Roman. To be honest, that should have been the match, because he beat Seth Rollins like already, like when it was just like without the shenanigans of Roman Reigns. He beat Rollins, like the debut episode of Raw on Netflix.
Right,
beat him clean, beat him. So like, That should have been done. Like, you got the history with Paul Heyman. You got the, like, between obviously Punk and Heyman, now Roman and Raymond. He owes a favor. They could have mixed that in somehow, some way with if I beat you, you gotta go to the back of the line as I go for the title, something like that. Like, it could have been it could have been great. And this version of Roman Reigns versus this version of CM Punk, it would have sold. I don't need Seth Rollins in the equation. Just like when it was Punk and Drew, I didn't need Seth Rollins in the equation. But somehow WWE just loves to put him in there. And it's just like, all right, man. I get it. He's your guy, Triple H. I get it. But
is Seth becoming the Raven of WWE? What about me?
Yo,
what about Seth?
Seriously. No, he is, because he's that guy that is absolutely amazing. He puts on great matches all the time, no matter who he works with. But people always never put him in the top echelon when it comes to, we talk about the best wrestlers in the business or the world. He's never anybody's top 5. Honestly, it's crazy. And it is disrespectful in a way, because he is that good. He can hang with any of the top 5 wrestlers you mentioned. Like, no matter who you mention, he can hang with any of them. But it's just something about him to where he just doesn't tick a certain box that people like clamor over him. And like, he just, as good as he is, he doesn't have this aura that a CM Punk and Roman Reigns, Cody, Rock, Cena, like these guys have certain auras about them to where you'll stop everything to see what they're going to say or do.
Mr. Moyfield, let me stop you right there. Are you not a fan of Seth Rollins?
I'm not a huge fan of Seth Rollins, no. I appreciate him. I appreciate what he does. Like, I know he's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. I mean, very honest. Like, as far as in ring, but like, I'm not a fan. I think his promos are forced. It's like he says stuff that's like, it's not that intriguing, but it's like they try to make it seem like it's so amazing.
Got you. Rich, your thoughts on this 3-way segment that ended SmackDown, and looks like we're getting this triple threat match for Mania.
I get what Chris is saying. You have Roman, CM Punk, that would be huge. Given the story with all three, I kind of see how they intertwined it and made it make sense. I don't hate the triple threat match. There's maybe other avenues and ways that they could have went. I would have loved CM Punk and Roman, but where would that leave? Where would that leave Seth? And again, the storytelling that they've been doing, it makes sense to have the three of them in a match together.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you. I'm not saying like I'm like overly excited for the match, but I know the three are going to bring something. And to me personally, I feel like I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen next with Punk, Roman, the favor that Paul owes Punk.
Right.
Like I'm that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to seeing. Everything else outside of that, it's like it's just an added entity to the match. Kind of like what Chris was just saying regarding like with Seth.
And I agree with you. Like, I'm not hating the match by any means, but I'm not overly like, oh my God, this is so great type thing either. And again, CM Punk and Roman, especially with the favor that Heyman owed Punk, there's definitely something there. But again, with Seth Rollins and how he's played an intricate part of the CM Punk feud, and then his history with Roman, it makes sense. It makes sense. If you don't have Seth somewhere else, you're not going to have him anywhere at Mania if you don't have him here.
Yeah, no, that definitely. And also too, in hindsight, like these three individuals, they're all looking to get this undisputed universal title.
Yes.
So, this is like one of the biggest matches of the three.
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to be telling once the match is over, as far as who is probably likely in a running to go for the championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, very very soon. 9 times out of 10 it'll probably be SummerSlam.
Yeah.
You know, like typically Backlash is like almost like guarantee the rematch for
Yeah.
you know what I mean, for you know what I mean, for whoever, you know, come out
And
victorious or
typically
losing.
retains too. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, you know, we'll probably, you know what I mean, see that happen. You know what I mean? Possibly, maybe SummerSlam. Who knows? Maybe it takes even longer, depending on how the outcome, you know, is with this match. Who we might see, maybe Heyman turns on Roman and go, you know what I mean, goes with Punk. But
Well, that brings me to like this question I was just about to ask you. Like, so, and this is a tough question because I don't know really what direction you go. Like, if you have these three at the Match of Mania, which they're going to be doing, who do you have come out on top, and which direction do you have it go? It's very intriguing, really, because you can make a case for a lot, every one of them.
see, right now, the gut says Punk,
Right.
but it's so hard to really go to. I'm not gonna say it's hard to go that way. This is gonna sound crazy. There's a level of delicacy that's gonna have to take place with this because Roman is still, you know, a hot star to the WWE Universe. Punk is also, you know what I mean, like a fan favorite, but there is a percentage of fans who has no problem booing Punk.
Right.
So with that said, I think it's going to be very key as far as how they complete this story between Roman and Punk.
Right.
If anything, I'll say now Punk wins, but the story continues after Mania between both Roman and Punk.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I was just thinking that too. Maybe Seth is in here, for a reason. He's in here maybe to take the loss, or to the point where they can still have, stuff going on afterwards, just the two of them, more of a storytelling, like how you didn't pin me, you didn't beat me or whatever. Your wise man still owes me the favor, and they could continue that out. So maybe Seth's being in this is kind of a way for them two to continue it on after it.
Or the favor is provided, which will allow Punk to get the win over Seth.
Yes.
Like maybe that's the direction that they could go.
Right.
Like I could definitely, you know what I mean, see something like that, because then it then extends the story as far as now Punk aligning with Punk at that time.
Yeah.
And then you got a pissed off Roman Reigns, and he's now going on like in like full beast mode. Like, you know what? Like, I don't need the wise man anymore. Like, but then again, this may show how much, the wise man meant to Roman now that he would no longer be with the Roman.
Right.
And this could potentially turn, Roman into a spiral individual. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna say it's gonna, spiral to the point where he's a bum ass Baron Corbin or anything like that. But it's like it's like it would then come to the point where like Roman just don't know who to trust.
Right.
And like he's eventually maybe gonna have to like, just like seek the guidance, maybe have to go back, not necessarily go back to the bloodline, but maybe like talk to like actual family members,
right.
You know what I mean, from the family, which who knows, down the road maybe that circle back to where the bloodline, you know what I mean, all get together again. Like, if possible, maybe he will watch Jay from afar if he were to win the world heavyweight championship. And he just like, man, like I need to get back to that. Like I need to get there again. Now that I no longer have a wise man in my corner. Like I could definitely, see something like that.
No, that makes sense. That's I'd book it. That makes sense.
Hire me, WWE. Say no.
long time, long term. That makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
Yeah. Shoot, actually, somebody posted on Twitter. It was like WWE looking for a writer. About to put my resume in.
There you go.
There you go. Think I'm like trash. Get this out of here. Like who?
No, well, that's the good thing about these podcasts, though. At least you could go back and you could show them, hey, look at all these things I pointed out. Look at all this. Look at all the directions I told you this was going to go.
And be like, guess what? You did it. Ha!
You did.
So when do I start?
Yeah.
No, that'd be wild. So, but we are at the 110 mark for tonight. Mr. Moya Fit had to jump off. But no, great show this evening. Before we cut out, Rich, I know you got a couple of items going on. Specifically, Turnbuckle Times. You want to talk about the website?
Yeah. So, Turnbuckle Times is a newer website we just created. Joey Wood, that's on here too. He's been helping me with it. We want to cover indie wrestling as well as mainstream wrestling and kind of put it all together on one platform. We started covering Wrestling Open every Thursday. We do a show afterwards, like a post show afterwards. This past week we had Drew Cordero on it. I just found out that Ryan Clancy might be coming on.
Oh, nice.
Bryce Donovan. So, yeah, stay tuned. Look for it. We're looking to we're a sponsor of Wrestling Open. Yeah, it's a great partnership. Looking forward to them going to Rhode Island at the end of this month. And yeah, just stories, a lot of interviews, a lot of coverage. So just be on the lookout for it. That's what we're going to be doing.
Nice. What's the website one more time?
Turnbuckletimes.com.
Gotcha. Yeah, shout out turnbuckletimes.com. What's the name? No shout out to those at the that one Wrestling Open show. Every time they announced it, they're going boo. Like really?
Yeah,
they calmed down the other day.
But yeah, no. So since they've been at Open the last 2 weeks, they haven't booed. Maybe it was just funny because I was actually talking to Drew about that after the event, and I'm just like, dude, they just were booing the shit out of us. And Drew's like, it's all right, it's fine. They were booing the shit out of me too. Don't worry about it. It's your name's out there. It's good publicity. I was like, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But look, it shows you're something.
Yeah. You're getting a reaction one way or the other.
Right. No, that was hilarious. I was like, really? I was like, what are y'all booing for? I'm like, no reason.
Well, it is funny though, because at the time we were just kind of launching and like we didn't have everything the platform fully done yet, and the website fully done. So if they went there, maybe it was a little premature, because if they went there, they probably didn't see much. Maybe that's why they were booing. But if you go there now, you'll see a lot. Right.
Also, yeah, turnbuckletimes.com. Definitely check it out. Get some good reads and good interviews, as mentioned. So, all right, Rich, we're gonna get on out of here. 113 mark now. Great show. Anything going on this weekend? I meant to look. Normally I look before the show, but
there's I think Limitless is going on now, or tonight it happened. You got X Brand. I know Joey's going to be at X Brand, I think, on Sunday. Go there and check though, because there was a bunch of things I think that was coming on. You got H2O coming on too. I know that.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really catch it. Looked like it's relatively light weekend coming up.
It was more of a quiet weekend, considering on IWTV usually have 7 or 8 promotions on there. They have like a couple, and even Thriller too. So yeah, it's kind of a light week.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I was about to say, like, we've had nonstop wrestling over the last couple of weekends, like to the point, like, I think it was like one Sunday. Matter of fact, the Weekend of Revolution.
Yeah,
I think I literally watched nothing but pro wrestling that Sunday. Watching the finale of that was that the 19 karat cup, or the 16 karat cup?
16 karat cup. Yep.
Yeah. Overseas. That was a dope tournament. Shout out to
that was a pretty cool tournament. Yeah.
One call Manders, picking up the win.
Yeah.
The great show overall too. There's a couple of talent I watched on that show, and I'm like, yeah, give it about another 2 to 3 years. I can see Triple H poaching them. Like, yep, come on over.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on
definitely.
over to the E. So, but all right, we're gonna wrap it up right here. Anything else before we kick out?
No, just listen, doing podcasts now and with the website and stuff like that. I just want to give you a shout out because it's a lot of work to get all these clips together and to put on a weekly podcast and stuff like that.
Thank you.
I gained a lot of respect started doing it the past 2 weeks and working on it with Joey. It's easy. People think it's easy, but all the work you put into it, it's a lot of work and it's a lot
Hell
of
to the no. Yes, it is.
So I do appreciate that. You put on a great show. We put on a great show. Steel Steps put on a great show every week. So
appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the viewers that check into us. Greatly appreciate y'all support. Continue to follow us on our platforms presented on the screen. So this was Still Steps, powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Rich Michaels, Mr. Moya Fit Chris Wilson, Mr. Joey Woods. We are out. Oh wow, we got some late breaking news.
What do we have breaking news
from the world of boxing though. Two-time heavyweight champion and Olympic gold medalist George Foreman passed away at the age of 76.
Really?
Yeah. Oh man, very very sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. Really a bummer.
Yeah, no. I remember watching when he beat Michael Moore. I remember watching it with my dad, and my dad, like, he was eating chips. All of a sudden, he jumped up when Moore went down. The chips went flying all over the place. He was all like excited.
I remember that fight too.
That is a bum. He was always class act. He was always great on the mic. He was always great. I love when he was at HBO and boxing. I mean, he was just, his punches were devastating, man.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely. Rest in peace. Legendary George Foreman. But yeah, so again, Still Steps. Check us back out next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific time, and holla at us. Follow us on the platforms. Till then, we'll holla at y'all later. Peace.